Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Hey everybody, welcome back into Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. You might have read a story on the internet about a guy named Harold Scheffler who discovered new land in Louisiana outside of Morgan City. In fact, Harold was hoping to even name it Harold Island, if you read the story and all. Unfortunately for Harold, that is not the case. So let's go to Morgan City. And Raymond McWade is the executive director of Morgan City Harbor and Terminal District. This one boater thought he found land, but it's land that you guys have been building for 10 years, right, Mac?
That is a true statement, a true story, yes. This is not a surprise. I was shocked when he told me about this. I'm trying to think, where's this new island at? We've been working on it for 10 years.
So tell me about this island, and it really is it's going to be a big island, and it's something you guys have planned to do. You put it where you wanted it to do, and it's to be a barrier island for storms and those things.
Yes. Harry, just real quick, a lot of people had something to do with this island. First of all, Clay Higgins, our congressman, got us money from the federal government, Corps of Engineers, Wildlife Management, because this is out there in the Delta. We just don't go pump willy-nilly anywhere. They tell us exactly where they want this material to go. And X marks the spot, and 10 years ago, we started pumping in this area. It's on the Chapala River Channel, which from Morgan City to the sea buoy is 40 miles, and about 20 miles of that is Gulf. We've got barrier islands. We've had barrier islands out there. There's about 7 or 8 of them. This is another one we've built out there. But this island has been in the works for 10 years. We might pump 10 years ago, we started pumping on it. We might have missed a year. Then the next year when we had a dredging cycle, we went and pumped again. We might have missed another year, but then we had a dredging cycle and we kept growing the island. So it was underwater. And about 2 years ago, it was maybe 6 inches underwater, but you could see the outline, the drone footage. It almost looked like the moon. Mm-hmm. It hadn't broke the surface. And this past year, we had 2 cutterhead dredges working out there in the bar channel and in our channel. And that material was all pumped, 2 of them at the same time, pumped to this island. And we broke the surface probably 7, 8 months ago. Barely, I mean, maybe 6 to 8 inches above the surface, but it was above the surface. We're not finished. You can see the outline. You can only see a little bit of it. It's kind of like an iceberg, only the tip sticking up right now. But when you look at the light color water around it, it extends a half a mile this way, a half a mile. It's huge. It's going to be big.
And it's going to be full of pelicans
it's already full of pelicans, all of that. And vegetation's going to grow on it. And what I like to say, Harry, one thing about it, not one white boot will have to go down there and plant anything. This material is so rich, it will vegetate itself all over the island. Now, we're not through with that island. We're going to have to pump on it till we get it up to about 3 feet. That may take us another 6, 7, maybe 10 years to get that island to come on up. But it's going to be stable. But in the meantime, the animals, the birds, the fish around it, they like it. But this didn't happen overnight. People act like it's like a crop circle overnight. All at once it got this big market. No, I was a little confused.
Yeah, poor Harold. He's not going to get an island named after him. So it's a great story. But look, this is one of the 2 areas in the world or in the United States where we're growing land right now.
Listen, this is not bragging. It's just stating the facts. We have the only 2 growing deltas in America within 5 miles of each other. We have the Wax Lake outlet, which the wax lake, we get the 30% of the flow off the Mississippi that comes down the Chafalaya, and we divert 30% of the Chafalaya down the Wax Lake outlet through Calumet Cut. That has developed over the last 50, 60 years. There's about 15 to 20,000 acres that's been created that nobody touched it, no dredging, no nothing. But then when you look at the Chafalaya River, that's where when you look at it, how green it is, we have created 30, 40,000 acres of land down there. That's our barrier islands. That protects us from hurricane surge. We're the only place growing deltas. That old saying, Louisiana loses a football field every hour. I make an end zone every hour, folks.
Right, we're growing it, right?
Doing that. You know, people get mad at me, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But the material is very rich. You don't have to plant anything. It's like Miracle Grow coming down, and within a couple more months. Now I don't know when we'll go back and pump on this island, but the next couple months you'll see vegetation start to sprout, and by next year it'll be above your head.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, Mac, we only have a minute left, but we were talking before, and it's unfortunate at 20 miles to the east, we're losing ground, and because we're not getting that nutrient, but hopefully down the road, we can maybe pump some of that stuff over, right?
I would hope so. Let me say this. Listen, Terrebonne is our neighbor. We have the solution for you. You need to harvest the Chafalaya. The only way Terrebonne is going to stop the subsidence of land and the saltwater intrusion coming in. So we want to work with Gordy. We want to work with the officials. Anything that can be done, it's your only solution. I'm not trying to be ugly about it, but you have to mine the Chafalaya. It's right there for you taking.
Yeah. Mac Wade, man, we appreciate it. The executive director of the Morgan City Harbor and Terminal District. Thanks so much for being with us. We enjoyed it, man. Thanks.
Thank you for calling, and call anytime. Come by and see the new island.
We will. See Harold Island. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back with more Bayou Time right after this.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bourke, know your rights.